Hello, welcome to the first of probably what are going to be lots of videos over the next few months. Reverend David Keane, Reverend Ruth Chapman.
Hello, good morning.
Coming to you from St Peter's Church, Yeovil. It's about 11:30, 12 o'clock on Wednesday, and we thought we'd give you an update on just what's happening with St Peter's Church and St James Church, what our plans are for worship, for looking out for each other, for staying in touch, and for carrying on our ministry as a church to our community. As well. So we just want to give you a few highlights of what's happening now, but there will be plenty more videos coming to you either through my YouTube channel or through Ruth's, and we'll be posting links about those as we go through. Ruth, how are you feeling at the moment?
Yeah, I'm feeling tickety-boo actually.
Really?
It's been a little bit, I know I'm weird, aren't I? It's a little bit of a strange 24 hours, and we're looking at doing worship in loads of different ways, which is really creative, but it's quite scary and quite weird in another way. So we've kind of had lots of conversations, the two of us, about the future of church and what it's going to look like for the next few weeks. But so it's weird. Yeah. It feels very weird, and I felt a little bit lonely last night. I don't know whether that's a kind of a across the board thing, whether other people are feeling that. It just felt a little bit isolating already.
Missing the Lent course, you see?
Yeah, that's what it was.
We could have been here finding out about Buddhism.
Yeah.
Never mind.
That would be weird.
We'll save that one. So here's a few of the things that we're doing. One of the things that we're working on, particularly at the moment, is to get a full list of everybody in both congregations at St Peter's and St James, and finding out how we can stay in touch with them. So for people who are on email, we'll set up an email ring that we can send round. People who are on Facebook, people who have a smartphone, mobile phone that we can set up a WhatsApp group for, and then those who are just on landline but not on the internet, and trying to set up a system of phone pastors where in groups of maybe 5 or 6, each person has somebody who's trying to stay in touch with them regularly through the week. So we're trying to just work through the membership lists to see who falls into which category, plus folk who are in cell groups as well, so that we can stay in touch with each other on a regular basis throughout what I'm guessing is going to be 3, 4, 5, 6 months of things being very, very different. We've also got some plans for Sunday and for daily worship.
Yeah, I'll say a little bit about daily worship. I've set up a podcast which is on Anchor, and I will put it out on the website, on Facebook, and on other various streaming network things. It's just a podcast. It's going to be mine or David's voice, or both of us together occasionally if we are allowed to. And we'll just do a daily prayer thing. It's going to start from today, so look out for that today. I'm going to go home and record it in just a moment. The idea long term is that we're going to get some booklets which are going to be the Scripture Union Daily Bread books. They're on the way now, so they should be with us in a couple of days. They start at the beginning of April, so the idea is that you have one of those books at home, I have one as I read it, and then we read the responses together and you can follow along with it. Over the next week and a half, however long it's going to be until we've got the books, I'll do something else at which you'll be able to join in with bits that you'll know as well. So yeah, look out for that. It's going to be that's going to be something that's going to come out every day, hopefully. So that's daily prayer.
You're disappearing out the picture.
Sorry.
Sunday morning, obviously this Sunday is Mothering Sunday, so we're going to do a single, hopefully live streamed service at 10:30, which Ruth and Carol will be leading. Yep,
we're going to be filming it here in St Peter's, but yeah, it's going to be at 10:30, so Carol and I are going to do it together, and we're going to give it a go. So do look out for the live streaming of that on David's YouTube channel, which will be the same as this one. So yeah, look out for that on Sunday.
Yeah, and we'll post a link to that so that people can find it. And the idea for Sundays going forward is that we'll try and develop a service card that people can use at home. So we will lead a live service, technology permitting, at 9 o'clock aimed at St Peter's Church family, and at 10:30 aimed at the St James Church family. It'll be a lot simpler than what we do in the morning, obviously. I don't really think we're up to communal singing. But who knows?
You never know.
Who knows? If you fancy recording some tracks at home that we can plug into that, then brilliant. Our worship's going to look different, but we're looking at a way that people can join in. So we'll lead a service live. You'll have a service card at home that we'll email around or deliver around to people's homes so that people can join in with the service, and we can still have a sense of community. We'll have some comments or texting in features so that prayer requests, you can text those in during the live stream, and we'll read them out and share those as well. So we're looking at how we make use of all this fantastic technology to keep us in touch with each other and worshipping and praying together over this, what will be very different, but could be really, really creative.
Definitely. So look out for stuff. There will be stuff around. And I think just look out for each other as well. I want to just say, look out for your neighbours. So there are a whole load of slips of paper in St James's Church at the moment. We'll bring them to St Peter's as well to deliver to your neighbours who are vulnerable, to just sort of say, I can help with getting some shopping if you need it, or I can help with a phone call, or various other things that you can offer to do. So if you're able to do that, if people are self-isolating, and we know that they are, please look out for each other and pray. Keep praying.
We are, at the moment, the Church of England guidance is to close down all meetings, so all Sunday worship, all midweek meetings have stopped. 1 or 2 user groups at the moment are still continuing. But what we're hoping to do is have St James Church open, as well as Monday to Friday. We're looking at whether we can make it open it for a few hours on Saturdays and on Sundays as well, so people can come in and use the church building to pray, and for the Lord's Larder drop-off point, because demand is going up and donations are going down, so that will be very much needed. St Peter's Community Centre, we're looking at how we keep that open so that, again, we have the Lord's Larder drop-off here. We can have the library open. There'll be the little cards to send round to neighbours, and just a port of call so we can keep in touch with each other. So we're looking at how we use the buildings in a way that still keeps people at a distance. We're not modelling that very well, but if we stood any further away, you wouldn't be able to hear our voices because of my laptop microphone. But don't do as we do, do as we say. So we're trying to find ways of using our buildings to provide a place of prayer, but at the same time keeping each other safe and free from infection.
Brilliant. Is there anything else? What's going on?
I just have just some stuff that's happened in the last couple of days. I just feel like God knew this was coming, and God has got us ready for it. We have 99 people in cell groups across the 2 churches. St Peter's put together a list of people for when they closed last year during the building work. So we already have a lot of this work already done in how we keep in touch with each other. We've got this great technology that we can use to keep in touch that way. And I really think that we're going to grow through this, that we'll see God doing things, and we'll see God using us in new ways, and actually through being freed up from organising meetings and organising worship and a lot of the stuff that we normally do, that maybe we'll find different ways of being disciples of Jesus that will help us to grow and help us to go deeper in him. One of the things, for example, if people have got extra time at home, we might ask people to do book reviews or make little videos, or we just kind of see what creativity comes out of it, because I think it will be a challenging time, but it will also be an exciting time. There's the old thing about the Chinese word for crisis being the same as the word for opportunity. And I think that's very much the case. This is a crisis. This is going to be the toughest thing that many of us have faced in our lifetime, and certainly the toughest thing our nation has faced in my lifetime. But it's also an opportunity. It's an opportunity to love one another, to draw closer to each other and to God, and to love and serve our community as well.
Yeah, I totally agree. What he said is just really, really wise. So just... but stay safe.
It says really, really wise on my t-shirt.
Yeah, I wonder what it said. Stay safe, be in contact, be in touch with us. You've got our details, and we love you lots, and we're praying lots.
And final thing, yesterday morning in here we had the final morning prayer that St Peter's is going to hold, and the set reading was Psalm 121. I recommend you go and look it up. I lift up my eyes to the hills. Where is my help to come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. He who watches over his people will neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. The sun will not strike you by day, nor the moon at night. Those verses are probably in the wrong order, but it's a great psalm of protection. And if, as somebody commented yesterday, if you're already sick of Psalm 91, which is another brilliant psalm of protection, just go and pray Psalm 121, learn it. It takes slightly longer than the Lord's Prayer to say. So if you can wash your hands and say Psalm 121 at the same time, then that's a great way both to be praying through this and to be staying safe. Thank you for watching this video to the end. There will be plenty more where this came from. May God bless you and watch over you. Amen.
Amen.
Trying to find the off button now.